Do it!
Make the ground shake.
Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to the VIX Mob podcast. We're going to be doing this, I think we'll put the video up, every Friday? I guess I'll just come in.
I don't know how long it's going to take you to edit, but...
I can do it tonight, fuck it.
Alright, so every Friday, check in on the VIX Vapes YouTube.
Just come in and fucking do that.
And we'll be playing it constantly in the store, so people are eventually going to hate hearing our voices, but cool shit, fun times. So,
For sure. So, what are you vaping on right now?
Queen's Custard from Royal with a little bit of a non-gram in it. It's quite nice. Removes the little bitterness you get from some custards.
Oh yeah, you're doing the vanilla gram with it?
And I got that stupid wrap I did today with the parallel and the Clapton.
Yeah.
I like it though, I actually really like it. I'm not really a cloud chaser, but I do like the way it performs. It's very hot. 100 watts too, and it's not even I haven't changed the batteries yet, and it's still 3/4 of the way.
But probably on a quarter battery life, it's gonna kill.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like, hell no! Can't do that.
And actually, I have a bottle over there, but I have a crayon. It's a, Ethos Athena? Yeah, Athena.
Nice.
It's the watermelon pomegranate. It's fucking
I hope they make Apollo or something that's just cream, so that way I can...
good. You can actually paint their shit.
actually, because the blueberry Danish isn't bad, but I'm gonna probably put that in the Billow. That seems like
That's
a really nice
Also,
combo.
the thing is, I'm more of a fruity kind of vapor guy, and you're more of a creamy kind of vapor guy. So whenever juice ever comes up, if that ever happens in the future, we'll have
would be kinda
totally
cool.
opposite opinions
Yeah.
on juices. I can like some creamy flavors, but I'm really fucking picky about it.
Oh, I fucking am extremely picky about my creamy flavors, but it has to have cream in it. Doesn't, I don't like it.
Well, fruity flavors too. I hate flowery, fruity flavors. Just piss me off.
Oh yeah, I can stand the GPC and guavas and stuff like that, and watermelons, but if it's floral, oof, what'd you do wrong?
Oh god, yeah. I don't know. No, I don't want to name any companies. I don't want to be that guy.
No, don't be that guy, come on.
There's some that I've had that was just why did you even, you put it through in the lab, and someone said it was good apparently, and then you went to sell it, and it's you went through all that process, and it sucks. I don't know. Maybe it's just my taste buds. Some people like that shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Cars like that. That'd be cool, yeah.
Yep.
So,
So,
what are you going to start with?
I guess we should start with the Nixon.
Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got. Well, I'm not a crook.
So yeah, the Nixon, it's pretty cool. It's bottom airflow Addy, as you saw in the little picture ahead of before. It's really nice, I had the prototype, messed with the prototype for probably 3 weeks, and now that they're finally here in shop, really blown away. They did definitely a great job with it. I put it through the ringer, no spinning center post, which is one of my pet peeves that I absolutely hate building on.
Yeah, I always pray with every clone, especially even with this one too. I was just don't spin. Even though I knew yours didn't, they mass produced it, and I was there's still a possibility that
Yeah,
all blow.
Whether it's a clone or not, it's still made in China, and it seems well, the funny thing is, you still see the Doges, and you still see you still see some American-made products with spinning center post too. It's
Tobe was the first infamous one that was just oh yeah, eventually that center post is just gonna
it's just a matter of time. I mean, I had someone bring in a Stella Air the other day, and his center post was completely fucked.
Oh my god.
So it just seems like it's something that naturally happens over time, which is why I'm glad that EHPRO is willing to sell us the insulators, isolators, so that way we can replace them eventually when they do give out, because it is only a matter of time.
Yeah, especially if you're putting some hot ass build in here or something that might get hot enough. But they're peak, right?
They are peak, so they're good up to around 600 degrees Fahrenheit.
Peak insulators comes in stainless. We got the black ones that we're rocking right now.
Oh yeah, all
We
burning.
have a stainless one too. And there's gold and rose gold too. Those are cool.
Yeah. Hopefully they're gonna try and do the colored ones. The main thing is they were kind of against doing the colors, which is nice integrity for the brand, because the main thing was it will eventually chip. I mean, I've seen freak shows that are chipped. I've seen every single mod or device, whether it's Cerakoted or just spray painted on, it's gonna chip. So It's kind of cool that they don't want to do too many colors for that reason, that it's not going to look that nice.
The only way they could get around it is if they like anodize it. Which
Yeah.
I think the black is
It's electroplated.
electroplated. Yeah, because it's not painted. It's got like, you can kind of see the stainless inside there and stuff, and I know it's not going to chip. It just,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
a
tell
nice
by the
thing.
finish on it that it's like, oh, this isn't just paint dipped or whatever.
Yeah, they won't scratch or anything like that.
Which is kind of cool. It kind of works with my Skelly because it's anodized, so it's a little bit different finish, but it works.
Yeah, same with my IPV. It's not 100% one for one, but it's still close. It's still, enough for the eye.
Did they anodize their IPv4 now? Or is that painted black?
That's a great question. I would hope anodized.
Because here's anodized, I don't know.
Oh, I already got a chip in it though.
Oh, yeah, I think it is their Pioneer for You black paint.
God dang it.
But I know that silver IPv4s are just raw aluminum, which they should have done from the beginning.
Yeah, but
if they
I
were
freaking-
painting their aluminum mod silver, it's like, why you even...
Well, if it's aluminum, why not just anodize it then? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You don't gotta cut costs that much.
Exactly.
I mean, I know that you're trying to be the affordable version of Skelly, but
Like Skelly's doing it, I have it on, well, the big Flasks obviously they're going to do as much as they want. But yeah, with the anodizing, like I've had parts on the Skelly, like it has that part right there, if I just rub on it with like maybe like dab my finger and just get it, it'll come off.
yeah. Anodizing's great because it's like layers thick. Like you actually eat away at the metal a little bit and it's built on top. So it's like actual layers of black. It's not just a top coat.
So on the Nixons, we got torn off on them. But
Yeah.
they're,
Bottom adjustable airflow. You just spin the
yeah.
cap itself to change it.
And when it is closed, it's like
Yeah, it is 100%
totally
closed.
closed off. Maybe there's like a little bit of air, but you're not going to be able to take a drag like that.
Which is kind of cool because eventually down the road, we want to add a cap that adds side and top airflow so that way you can mix and match. You want to run bottom and side, or maybe you just don't want bottom at all. You shut it off, you run side and top, or whatever you really want. That's kind of the whole idea behind it. Is I don't want to just make a V2 right away. I want to make accessories for the V1 so that way you can customize your V1 and love your V1 and then decide to get a V2 rather than, oh, I always hate the buyer's remorse that happens, like the IPV minis. Oh, I got an IPV mini, it's so sick, goes out to 30 watts. Dude,
Oh, the IPv2.
2 weeks later they come out, or however long it was, they come
It was
out
like
with
a
the 2.
month or something. It was literally like by the time the reviewers got videos up of the IPv 30 watt, the fucking 70 watt was coming out.
Yeah.
It's weird how they did that.
I mean, even with the IPv4s, the whole clean screen without the chrome finish, it's like, yeah, I understand you didn't do it in the beginning, but still. You should have, if you were going to fix it, maybe you should have fixed it a little later on the road so that way people aren't going back to the vape shop but they just bought the IPv4.
Yeah, how long
and-
has the IPv4 been out? Like a month?
Yeah.
And they like changed it on the screen. We'll see how long it takes them to just completely take out the charger board if someone blows one out. Fucking.
Oh man. Yeah, so the Nixon, it also has a copper contact on the bottom, 4-post design, the negatives milled into the deck because I hate it when negatives come out. And then, you do get a chuff and a normal 510 cap, which is nice, you have pretty much everything a beginner needs. Even they threw in pre-made coils, so that way if you really don't know
It's like
anything
an
about
8
dripping,
rack 24, like
Yeah.
2.5 millimeter.
so you can just
It's like a nice little point.
get started right away.
Coil, I think is what they were. So that's cool. And it comes with a Japanese cotton in there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
it's
poopy
cool.
kind too.
And like, it's not bleached or anything, it's got the...
Yeah, it's straight organic, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's probably like that Muju stuff that Kanger's using.
Yeah. And then, so I mean that pretty much covers it for the Nixon. I want to do a full review.
And
The
pretty
Nixon's
much,
coming out.
if you've had a Kennedy, the flavor's pretty similar on the Nixon. Except it has the 4-post, so it's a lot easier to build with that kind of deal. You can shut off the airflow, and it looks totally different too. I mean, when you look at the outside, besides having the bottom airflow looking pretty similar, it looks like a totally different Hattie.
Yeah. Which is what we were going for, and the whole Nixon name. That's just because it's not a clone. And I was like, well, okay, you have Tobe doing hashtag I'm not a clone. You have Amerivape doing that for their juice, that I am not a clone. Or hashtag not a clone, and I was like, well, how can you incorporate that without jumping on the bandwagon? And I was like, oh, I'm not a clone, but like from Futurama. Well, that's where I kind of got the idea
That's
from.
like his famous speech, yeah. Where
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I am not a crook.
I always thought it was funny how Futurama, they decided, out of all the presidents they could have used to be the leader in the year 3000, they decided, hey, Richard Nixon, that's the best one. Let's do that one.
There's probably just some guy in the studio who's just like, I can do a really good Nixon.
Yeah.
Like, let's go for it. Just like,
Exactly. So that's really funny. So, I mean, that's half the reason why I'm saying that too, is because there's so many Addies out there that are, you know, 60, 70, 80, 100, 200, not 200 hopefully, but, you know, they're pricey, and you're getting essentially a rebranded version of the same thing that's already been out. No one's really done a lot of innovation with the, you know, rebuildable drippers lately. So it's like, hey, let's make a cheap one, let's kind of make it a little funny.
I'm waiting for something completely insane to come out this summer, because last summer with like when the Plumebill hit and stuff, there were so many Addies that came out with new designs that I'm waiting for this summer to just like
exactly. I mean, the Plumebill, when that came out, adding the little airflow from the post, genius.
And they were like doing the whole gold-plated everything.
Yeah.
They did the top airflow, side airflow, bottom airflow. Like they did like all the airflow you could want.
Yeah, exactly.
So like small chamber, 3-peat, like it was good.
Yep.
Solid.
And then now it's just kind of like, okay, Troll and the
now
Mutation
like, everyone
X,
does that. It's like
same
we
thing.
need to do that and add on it. So it's like there's so much stuff.
There
that
is.
Addies like we need to come up with some cool stuff.
Yo, and I feel like that's why a lot of people are moving to the sub-ohm tanks, is because, you know, you get a sub-ohm tank and it's good.
It's something completely different.
Yeah, it's not necessarily really going to be outdated because it's already working
Laser
good.
vape, you can vape pretty close to a dripper. I don't think they're at dripper status yet. Not to say that I want more to come out, because there's been like, what, 20, 30 different companies?
Yeah.
Or different tanks, like versions and shit.
Yeah, it's becoming a little bit too much with it. I mean, I saw one that had a 0.1 coil the other day.
What?
Yeah, it had a 0.1 coil.
From who knows what company?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just random email in our emails. It's like, hello, we need new product for you. New coil design. Like, I don't know, I just couldn't
I
stand
don't
it.
even want to vape a 0.1 out of a tank. That'd be, with that small chamber, it'd be way too hot.
Oh yeah, it's going to be way too much.
It probably holds like 2 mils.
So another cool product from EHPRO. You have the Billow. We talked about
I have
that,
the Billow V2.
which
That guy.
I was blown away on. I really thought, because I tried their Epoch. Their Epoch was decent. It's not bad, but
Yeah.
it was a little bit restricted on airflow. I think it'd be really good with a nickel build or something more catered towards flavor. But that one, now it's performing like a sub-ohm tank. That's, you know, got the airflow, it's got the vape, it's got the flavor.
The design is definitely like based off of the sub-ohm tank on some parts. How you you can unscrew from here and the whole tank stays with the chimney, and then you just have like the second part of the chimney, like the barrel part of the chimney, sitting there with your deck, and you can fuck with the cotton without draining your whole tank. And it has the airflow just like the sub-ohm tanks do, where you just slide it and it's completely off, and you open it, it's all the way open. You can find in between it stops.
Yeah, it's actually got really nice tension on it. I can't wait to wrap mine. I'm really glad they sent me one.
Yeah. Lucky bitch, I had to pay for mine. But
did you have to clean yours? Did it have machine oil taste?
I decided not to clean it, just purely
To try that.
just add that to it to see if it would be bad or not, and then just like if it was, I just like completely drained the tank and stuff. I didn't even fill it all the way, I just filled it to here.
Just to make sure, just so you don't take the juice.
Crap juice or whatever, yeah. And yeah, it worked fine. It had like a little bit of factory, like, you know how Joytech has that like Joytech taste?
That little bit, yeah.
EHPRO stuff kind of has that same kind of taste. I don't know if it's like a similar factory to it.
It's probably how they,
like.
I would imagine they're almost cleaning it. They're cleaning them after they come off the machine, but they're not cleaning it all the way.
Like the same soap.
Yeah, that could be it too. It's the cleaning agent that they're.
Same, yeah, cleaning agent they're using, because they all have like that same kind of smell.
Yeah.
It's really distinct.
I was really blown away. I mean,
it had that for like
price.
a little bit, and then once the cotton broke in, that taste went away. So it kind of just went hand in hand with that, and after that, it just like, it fucking tastes awesome.
Nice.
And it still tastes like a rebuildable tank while also hitting like a sub-ohm tank.
Yeah, you can go up to like 40, I think you were going to.
It does kind of start to give me trouble while the cotton's like getting a little older and stuff.
Because I had to lower it a little.
I just rewicked it before we started here, and it was like I think a week almost.
Not bad.
Cotton there, so it was working pretty good. I wasn't just using it though. So.
Yeah, alternating between other stuff. And then I have the little EHPRO Epoch, or not Epoch, the SPD A5, which is nice. You know, it's a small, cheap, feels kind of, you know, cheap, unfortunately, but I think that's what they were catering towards on this, was to try and be like, you know, an iStick type of device. Does do 50 watts and has temperature control. I like the fact that you don't have to set it to temperature. It just recognizes, okay, that's a nickel build. Let's pump out the power. But like you said,
it's like the NA40 does that.
Yeah, but it does have that lag. where it's got to sense it and then decide, okay, let's put out the power.
Which on my DNA 40, since I've messed with that for a while on my Flask, it does do a thing where there's a ramp up on it almost, where it's only if you had it like say like this billow with regular and then you swapped on to a nickel coil, it'd be like it would start with the voltage and start it really low, and then it would go to the temperature.
Yeah.
But it would just kind of have this ramp up with it.
Yeah, I think that's why this one's got that little like new coil thing.
But it kind of, you can see on the chip, it like starts at a low wattage and a low voltage, and it kind of just, it does that. Well, I don't know, because it's supposed to be like a real-time chip, so it's showing you the ramp up of the battery.
Yeah, that's what this one's doing too. I feel like that, you know, the SPD was kind of more, in terms of the chip, kind of like a DNA 40 style chip instead of going for a
it
SX
looks
style
like
chip.
the big screen DNA 42.
It does, which I kind of, you know, I never had a DNA device other than the, you know, the Chanets that came out. I like the size. It's nice. It's very easy to see, very visible.
Yeah.
You don't have a hard time seeing what your device is at.
It's not like as big as like those big ass voltmeters that are on like those custom box mods sometimes that it's just like huge, like 3 numbers, but
yeah,
it's
just 4.56.
like a quarter of your box mod. It's like, okay, I don't need to know that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need everyone to see, oh, he's vaping at 4 volts.
Yeah.
And then of course we do have the attatank from Smok. Fairly new. It's pretty much their version to an Ego 1 tank. That's what I've been really hearing from them. Because I thought it was just going to be a VCT Nano essentially. But
where you would take the same coils?
Yeah, it would take the same
That
coils.
would have been cool.
It would have been.
Yeah, it does kind of look like those little like mini coil heads that the Joytech
Yeah,
coils have.
and it comes with the 1.2 and a 0.5, so I think that's what they were catering to. But I am, you know.
Do they have a mod with it, or is it just the SPD?
It's just the device.
Okay.
You just get the attatank. It doesn't come with.
Because I feel like that tank would look really good on a Ego 1.
That's my plan. Is I want to get some of these tanks and some Ego 1s because the Ego 1 tank, it's good. I've tried it. I've encountered some leaking issues with it, but my biggest problem with it was a pain in the ass to fill.
Oh yeah.
This thing was, you know, it's just like a Pro tank or any other similar
with my
tank.
Ego 1, because I ended up buying a red one of those. And the battery works alright. It dies kind of quick on the 0.5, like, it's only what, 2200 mAh? No.
Yeah, it's
not
not 22 for the big one and the 1100.
1100 mAh, so it didn't really last that long with the 0.5 because it's only 1100 mAh.
Yeah, I can't imagine the new ones.
4.2.
You see the new Ego Minis? The Ego 1 Minis? They're 850 mAh.
No, I don't want that.
And if you put a 0.5 coil on there, it would just be like, okay, oh, check that
So
out.
what, they have the 850, the 900?
They have an 850, 1100, 1200, and then 26.
Oh. It was 1100 and 1200?
Yeah. Or no, 1100 and 2200.
Didn't they have like the regular Ego 1 that was small and then they made the longer Ego 1?
Yeah,
And
that's
then they made
11 and 22.
No, 22 is the 22 millimeter one.
No, it's actually not. That one's 26.
Oh, it's 26?
Yeah, the Ego 1 Mega is
Oh.
26. Which doesn't make a lot of sense in my head because you have the Ego 1, normal one,
I
the
mean,
XL as
it's
it's
most
called.
likely for the size of it, having that button and chip on the top, and then having a battery, it's probably not an 18650 inside there. It's
Yeah, I
probably a shorter, like it's probably an 18, but it's not like a 600, it might be like a 500 or somewhere in between.
And then they just have some sort of chip that's going to regulate it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would make a lot more sense because
It's the same
those
size
are
as
probably
a normal Mac mod, but it's
18650s
got all the
then.
chip in there. What?
I said those ones are probably 18650s then.
Yeah.
Because they're 2600 mAh, that's kind of like a standard for, you
Yeah,
know.
that's probably an 18650.
And then 2200 mAh, that's kind of common for the 500s, like you're saying. Like those EHPRO purples, I think, are 22.
Yeah, so I think that's what, or they're running something similar. to
Yeah.
that, yeah.
The same cell type.
Because I think the Tesla has like 19600s or something in it, like dual 19600 batteries.
Just the most bizarre random numbers.
Yeah, it's just like cheapo batteries they probably found, and then they shove the chip in and regulate it like an Ego 1. It's
Yeah.
just like, eh.
My whole thing is the whole E-Leaf one. You see the new E-Leaf one that's coming out? It's literally an Ego 1 Mega, but just E-Leaf and like a little different button. And like half the reviewers are just like, dude, this thing chucks! I'm just like, but the Ego 1 Mega is the
Dude,
same
I literally,
thing.
okay, I've been watching reviews on the Ego 1. I got mine with a Nixon on it right now. Okay? The reviewers are just like, not even giving it, like, what do you call it? Like, I don't even know the saying. Like,
Well,
it's
I
like,
wonder if the
not
Ego...
giving it a second look, not trying anything else but the new Ego 1 tank on top. They just try that and they're like, yeah, it's like the Ego 1 before, but it holds more liquid and it holds more battery life. Like,
oh, so you're talking about reviews for the Mega?
Yeah, for the Mega.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were just like, oh, it vapes like the same as the Ego 1, but you get longer battery life and more juice, and they would just kind of toss it aside.
Yeah.
And the battery can fire down to 0.15.
Yeah.
So it's just like crazy. It's because they made the tank, they are bringing out rebuildable heads for it, so they made it just low enough so if someone messes up, they can still fire it.
But even still, the whole idea is that, you know, it's like the E-grip rebuildable head. It wasn't that great. It was more or less, it's not something you really want to build. It's something you more or less going to change your cotton on. That's it. Like it seems like Joytech, when they think of rebuildables, they're thinking more or less of you build it and then you just change the cotton. Where it's not really where
I
it's
think those
at.
coil heads are the same deal as like the Smok rebuildable head.
Yeah.
Where you just
You have
put
to
in
use
the
the
coils
insulator.
and you can't dry fire it unless you want to burn the insulator.
Yeah, that's always great.
Yeah. Or
I
you
love
want to
burn
splice
plastic
your own
case.
coils with the nickel because their coils that come with it are spliced with the nickel so it doesn't burn the insulator.
Which I thought was hilarious that Smoke Tech's trying to tell me that they're not nickel, they're full Kenthal.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's
I asked him like
obviously,
6
there's
times. There's obvious
spots
little
on it.
welds, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't tell me that. Yeah, maybe if you want to get technical, the
That's
coil itself is Kenthal and the leads are
Yes,
nickel.
definitely.
If you really want to get technical, I mean, translations, I could imagine maybe that's what they were
yeah,
thinking.
she didn't hear you right. She was like, no, those aren't nickel coils. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all little sneak peeks of stuff that, you know, one of us is going to probably do a review on, or maybe both of us. I need to get my Billow wraps. You know, Skyler just got his Nixon, so.
So I'm still playing with that. I don't have like a full assumption of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But that'll be going on my channel. I'll definitely have that.
Casual King Kong.
To like try different builds on them and stuff and do weird stuff.
Yo.
Yeah, Eagle 1 Eagle 1 Mega is a fucking mech mod.
Yeah.
With like all the protection you need. Like, it's got the short circuit protection and it's got it shows you
Low
the battery
battery.
life on it. It works like an Ego while at the same time working like a mech mod.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
It is nice.
People are just like, it's just an Ego 1 bigger than the other one. It's like, no, it's way better on the battery. The tank, I don't know, they did improve some stuff, but it's just
They did, right? Imagine
Ego
it.
1 tank, another sub-ohm tank, I don't really care.
You know, it's just like when we opened in 2012, you know, a lot of the stuff we carried was Joytech, and it was Joytech kits. Joytech loves their kits.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to sell you just the battery, even though just the battery is perfect. They want to sell you the battery, the tank, the charger, the cable, everything in one, which is nice, but at the same time it eliminates the fact that, hey, maybe you don't have the best tank on the market. Maybe this device, this battery you made is actually better suited for a lower ohm build.
Yeah, like the Smok Pros.
Exactly. They don't smell a Smok Pro battery. It's just, you know, you take the tank, you put on whatever you want. Yeah, I definitely want to get some of these. Those would be so killer. Just Ego 1 with those.
Is that the tip it comes with?
Yeah, which they improved
so it has
too.
like the same tip as like the Smok Pro.
Which I do like. It seems like a lot of the time with, you know, these Chinese companies with them inventing these
there's that
original
lag.
products.
It's like, I can get it now because I fucked with it so much.
Yeah.
It's just,
But try and pull that after you take a hit. Try and pull that tip out. Because that was a big problem with the
oh, that's
VCT
nice.
Pro.
Yeah, and it's not doing the whole like
Wobbly thing, yeah.
yeah.
So it
It
seems
actually
like lately
sits
a
like
lot of the
normal
manufacturers are really picking up on customer
What did you put in-
feedback.
What did you put in here?
Funk.
Funk?
Yeah. My go-to for tanks.
That flavor is murdered by that top.
Yeah. I don't understand the top airflow on the tip. I mean, it makes it damn smooth, but not my game.
I think I took like one hit off this tank. It's actually a pretty good tank.
Yeah. That's the 0.5. With the 1.2, it'd be nice for with like, you know, twist or something a little beginner.
Yeah, this is nice. How much does it hold?
Don't remember. I'm thinking probably around 2 to 3.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it holds more than like some other stuff.
It is the lovely Optical Illusion one though, where you flip the tank upside down, you fill it. You don't even fill 90%
you're right, 'cause
of the
the full head
tank.
comes like way the fuck up here,
Yeah.
and you only have that little spot to fill. So it's always like.
Well, when you flip it over, it looks full.
Is it like 3/4 full or something?
It's literally just like that much of a gap on it.
Okay.
But it's just funny how
but
you
it's
fill it up
really
and
not
it
that much.
doesn't.
You flip it. Oh God.
Yeah.
you flip that. It's
Exactly.
like, oh, I'm out of liquid. You flip it here. You're like, I got plenty.
Yeah, you got a little bit
A
left.
little bit left. Yeah, I'm good. That's funny. Adjust. Yeah. Nice. Made this a little tighter.
Yeah.
There's something on the Pro that I didn't really like. That was a little.
How loose it was.
Do whatever it wants. It's flush though, so it never really got out of.
Yeah, it
focus
wasn't
for me, really.
beveled out or anything.
You have like other non-new product stuff to talk about?
No, I think that's it for at least new products. Yeah, this is a great design for their tank. I mean,
There's the fill on that. Oh yeah, we got those like silicone sleeve things, possibly.
you know,
Like
So
a
that-
company making.
that's how far the tank's gonna fill up. Not even half, if that.
Yeah, I don't even know what company that is. It's just some like China company, some silicone company is starting to like make covers for your mods, and they're doing like what they're doing Sigali
They're
stuff.
doing MA, they're doing all the Smok Tech box mods, all the ice sticks, all
They're
the.
doing IPv4, which they look like they wrap around the entire mod, so your C-frame's still on there. So I don't know how that one's gonna be. It looks like it might be a bit to get on and off.
Yeah, that's the whole
Especially
thing.
since like you gotta take the batteries in and out because I don't trust that charger.
But it is kind of smart to do something like that because, we are dealing with fragile electronics. I mean, most people that I know, they buy a phone, they get a case for it
Yeah, I heard
immediately.
you saying it the other day, and I think I'm gonna start saying it. It's like treat your vape, or maybe it was Chris. Treat your vape like your phone.
No, I always tell
Yeah.
people that because it's electronics, you're dealing with batteries, you're dealing with stuff that's very fragile.
Yeah, we have like people like keep breaking like the same thing over and over again. It's just like, well, if you just stop shoving it in your purse below all your makeup shit and all that other crap, then maybe it won't break. Like put it in like your pocket with your phone or whatever, like somewhere safe, somewhere you're fine.
Exactly. I mean, that's from day one when I worked at the other shop. That was the main thing that we reiterated to people, and it was just common sense was take care of your vape. It's metal parts, it's wiring, it's electronics, it's it has the potential to break. If your camera falls over right now, there's maybe 25% chance that it's gonna completely be destroyed.
Yeah, thanks for saying that.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to prove a
Oh,
point
yeah.
about the fact that it's
Yeah.
electronics.
Yeah. Wherever you're coming from that. Hashtag not a sponsor. Sprite.
Luckily, there's no freaking Gorilla Glass screens on these things. I could just imagine that. Oh no, my screen broke on my device. Sorry.
Yeah, what are they? Yeah, the IPv4 has like this like plastic screen.
I think that's usually what most of them. They're just putting a little plastic filament over the.
Well, the
like,
actual
in the actual case.
chip screen is just regular glass. It's just.
Yeah, but at least they're putting a little
I
layer
don't think
over
I've
it.
seen that yet. Like
What?
someone come in and they just have like a chipped screen. I think I've seen it like online pictures. Someone that's like dropped it gnarly, but I've never seen that come in the shop.
No, me neither.
Which is always why I'm a regulated guy. I like regulated stuff. It defeats it, like takes away the part of someone being dumb.
Yeah.
Just like I don't know what I'm doing because there's always been since mech mods came out and people want to blow fat clouds and do that crap, and they're just like, you want to put a build on for me? Okay, what do you want? Fat clouds. That's literally what they say. They're like, oh, I just
I
want
love
clouds.
that statement.
It's just like, oh my god, stop. Like,
Yeah.
do you
The thing
want
is,
24 gauge, 22 gauge? Like, what's gonna be hotter? It's like, oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah.
With the regulation though, I became a huge fan of it too, but there is the problematic side that I see is the fact that you're dealing with wires, you're dealing with binary code now because you have an actual circuit board. There's always glitches. I might not have it, you might not have it, 50,000 people might not have it, but might be at least one person
that
that's
one
going to
guy
encounter
who
it.
does that crap, yeah.
Yeah, like where you try and change the wattage and it jumps up to freaking 500 when you're meant to go up one increment.
Yeah, there's always that possibility with like, and if you get like a really cheap regulated mod, like those Cloudport stuff, like where people were catching them on fire like crazy and stuff,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff, like if you're gonna get a regulated mod, it's the same thing with if you're gonna get a mech mod. If you're gonna get anything high end, just get it actual high end. Don't get a clone fake or something like $30 for you bought this, and you're like, oh, there's some exceptions.
Yeah.
But it's actually like, oh, this is actually good, affordable, and it works.
no, I remember those cartel clones that we got. Those were actually not bad. I mean,
Yeah, those
Infinite
ended
did a
up
great
being
job
really
with
good.
that. It's kind of cool because it showed what companies were really producing the high-end stuff, like Infinite, EHPRO, all the clone manufacturers from a year ago that were producing the highest quality clones. are now not producing clones. They're now producing all authentics. Like I know Infinite's got that crazy bullet RDA, and they have like 20 different of their original products now.
I think Tobacco should start getting on board more. They have the Turbo now, the Turbo V2, but that's such a weird device to.
They have that Rubik's Cube one too now.
Oh, like little.
This literally looks like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
They've
like
slowly gotten into it, and they have their own smoke tank too.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Yeah, everyone. Infinite has their sub-ohm tank too, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. Everyone. You know, because it's not like they invented the wheel or anything. It's not, dude, it'll chuck literally 0.1 centimeters
we can talk about
more.
that's coming in the future is Innokin's all Canthal wire. Any wire you can pop on it, it'll do temp control apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know, I'm curious. See how it is.
Let's have vape.
Great flavor.
Great flavor, no dry hit.
No dry hit. Like,
yes.
That's what every company's gonna say.
But the mod's got this weird like steampunk design on it that it just looks rusted already.
Yeah.
Like, that's your final design, really? Okay.
I do hope they go
the
to
screen's
streamline
on top
a
like
little
the
bit.
Vapor Flask.
Yeah.
They have one separate screen like that just shows you the degrees up here. Maybe they have another one here that actually you can mess with.
It's an interesting bi-spec to have your screen on top versus the side because on the side you're gonna set it.
Is it on that mod just on the top?
It is.
Because when they were showing the close-ups, it was only showing like 400 degrees or like 500 Celsius or whatever it was showing.
Maybe that'd be kind of smart because that's what I was thinking was with the side panel you're gonna set it.
Yeah, you can
and then
mess with stuff, and then you could look here and see if your temperature is actually doing its thing.
Or just be like, oh shit, wait, I forgot, that's way too high.
Yeah.
And the top screen is
So I
kind
like
of
that
cool.
with the Vapor Flask because this one does the real time with the DNA 40 crap, but when I was running it in temp mode, I could watch the temperature go up while I'm hitting it as I'm like just putting a new coil on, seeing if it's doing its job. And
Yeah.
so it was kind of cool to do this instead of like the Vapor Shark. You're like doing this and not even hitting it. You're like.
Yeah, I mean, I love how small the Vapor Shark is, and I kind of understand the engineering behind it on how if you wanted to get the batteries and everything in there, you had to have the chip on the bottom. But at the same time, it's like
Oh.
it's kind of weird.
I heard about that Vapor Shark and Vapor Flask are actually going to
Collaborate.
That'd
be cool if they made a
There's
mini
gonna
Vapor
be
Flask.
there's gonna be like a Vapor Flask coming out that's gonna be made, I think, at the Vapor Shark
Headquarters.
facilities in China.
What? That's pretty cool.
And it's gonna be $200 instead of $300.
Not
It's
bad.
still gonna be the same design, like going from a solid block of aluminum, milling it, and all that crap.
Yeah.
And the chip's still gonna be a DNA 40 chip.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be the big screen now or whatever. And
Nice.
they're gonna add, instead of just having the regular micro USB charger, they're gonna do the Vapor Shark turbo charger.
Nice.
So
There you go.
that'll be cool.
Yeah.
If that ends up being good.
Yeah.
Because it's got $100 off and it's not made in the US anymore. It's like, where are you gonna?
Yeah, but still, it seems like the Vapor Shark products
aren't.
aren't bad. I see a lot of people
Yeah.
with them that like them.
And Vapor Flask makes good stuff too, so I would definitely want to.
It's a nice
see
collaboration.
what they end up doing there, yeah. So that's actually 3 companies. You got Evolve, Vapor Shark, and Flask, all just like
All
coming together with a
collaborating.
Cool mod, yeah. I think I might. I'll have 2 Flasks back home, but I don't know.
You can just tape them together and make an oval.
Make a big fucking. Oh my god. Yeah, that's something coming out. That'd be cool.
I want to see the Squonk, dude. That thing looks really cool.
The only
Vapor
thing
Flask
I've
Squonk.
heard from people, I mean, the one thing is you only have 1 battery now, so 2 was kind of the cool thing. But
Yeah.
for DNA 40, you don't really need that. But with the Squonk is you can't, or I guess you could see the Squonk bottle, but they had it on the side here, and to get the Squonk bottle out, you had to like pry your fingers inside.
Really?
It was this would still screw in.
No.
It still had this part that's.
So you'd unscrew that and then it'd be so tight in there.
You'd screw it in on the bottom, and it'd be like so flush because the bottle's like
The
same
perfect
diameter as
size.
like a battery, so you have to like
Yeah.
get like tweezers in there and pull the bottle out.
Oh
It's
man,
like,
that's
I've
kind
heard
of
from people
funny.
who got that. It's just like when I want to replace the bottle, it's a total bitch. It works great after that.
Yeah, I mean that is the kind of cool thing is the single battery mods is. A lot of people they had mech mods. I have a ton of batteries that are all mismatched, and I don't know if this one's charging up to 4.2, if it's only charging up to 4.18. So it's nice to be able to still use those batteries in a single 18650 device. But of course, your battery life is nowhere near what you can get, but still not bad.
And since just a note on the Vapor Flask, they didn't really change much on it. They just added like a 510 connection with the Squonker on it.
Oh.
You can run this with one battery. I've done it before. I've been charging my 2 Sonys here, and I popped in one battery just to keep.
Oh, just so you can keep
But,
vaping?
yeah.
Oh, that's
so
pretty
it'll
cool.
work with one battery on each side.
Yeah.
Like whichever side you want it to work, because they're in parallel.
Yeah.
So it works like that.
I know that's the thing too. Is I want to see a lot more regulated parallel boxes
Yeah.
because they can charge better. They can charge.
Charge
period.
off of like the same charger that you have on your Android.
Yeah.
If you have that, or people have dozens of these around. Like
Yo.
they're everywhere now. You can get them super cheap and stuff.
And my thing is, you know, it seems like no one's really developed that because you have the IPV Mini 2, which is 70 watts, and that's only one battery. Why don't just add another battery to the same chip and run them in parallel instead of, you know, series?
It's like a longer battery life, same wattage.
Yeah.
But when people go double battery life, well, you got to double the wattage, right?
No one needs more than 100, man.
I know.
I don't understand it.
Yeah,
the whole new
the
IPv3
new
LI, dude.
200 watt.
Yeah,
I gotta
that's-
have that. It's got temp control too, though, bro.
Dude, set it to
Let's-
200
let's
watts and
see
run it
that.
temperature control,
I
just
don't
be
know.
like, boom, instantaneously cutting it off right
I
at
almost
the
want to
PWI.
just get one of those Snowwolves just to shit on it.
Yeah.
Almost, because I won't. Part of me wants it to be like a really sick mod, but the fact that they're like, yeah, it's 200 watts temp control, it's like, is it 200 watts still while in temp mode? Can
Yeah.
I crank it to 200 and fry my nickel? Like, I don't.
It seems a little bit like you couldn't decide. Should we go for cloud chasers? Should we go for flavor chasers? You know, let's
Yeah.
just blow it out of the water. Let's make it outrageous for cloud chasers and outrageous for flavor chasers.
And the look, every mod that I've seen with that look where it's got the glass on both sides making it look like a smartphone almost, but it's
Yeah.
like way too fat.
That's the thing, is if you could make those thin, it'd actually be a really nice design.
Yeah.
But the
Except
fact that
like
it's a
phone batteries are like
box.
what, like 3.6 volt batteries or
Yeah.
something. So it doesn't, those slim batteries that we're used to on our phone, which would be kind of cool to have a super phone slim device. It probably wouldn't last that long and it probably wouldn't go that high in
I
quality.
thought it'd be sick if you had a like a phone shaped device that you just like unclick something on the bottom and the battery just goes whoop, slides out. It's like a little slim
Well,
battery and then you can just
Well, it's
pop
not like
it in.
super slim, but like the Castigador?
yeah,
That one has like the little, and the batteries.
Yeah.
come out. That's kind of
that with a built-in battery.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. So you could just charge it. You could charge it like with your phone battery.
Yep,
If you go with this
exactly.
external battery. Charger.
Oh, genius! That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah. So.
My phone just keeps going off. I don't know who the heck is texting me. Probably China. Oh, John broke his Poseidon button. Well, tough shit.
What?
That's what we need to see a lot more in this industry is manufacturer integrity of their products, even if it's outdated. So many times I'm seeing people, they get, oh, the version 2's out, so, you know, we don't carry or make any parts for the version 1. It's like, well, what about the people that bought the version 1? The people who allowed you to make the version 2?
I even have, the rant
Yeah, the
that I have
capital.
with Capital, where I bought a Rogue V1, and the Rogue V2 ain't even out yet. It's prototype stage. Apparently to their emails, I emailed them like back and forth for like an hour of some whatever rep.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. Good part is I messaged him at like 10 at night expecting like, oh, when they come back in the office tomorrow, they'll be immediately. He was just like texting me, like emailed me right back.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. I was like, oh, this might be a good experience. He's emailed me like, it was like 5 minutes later. He emailed me right back and I was like, oh, this might be good. Like, this is why I like
American companies.
Yeah,
a lot of
American
American companies, you know, I've dealt with Kennedy, I've dealt with Trinity. They know the customer service. They know how to respond to you quickly, keep you happy as much as they can. But like I said, it's the integrity thing. It's the idea that you don't want to stop making that. Like you can still get iPhone 4 and iPhone 3 parts for your iPhone. Maybe they're not from Apple, but they're still being made.
My Rogue V1, I get it. I tried to put in my first build. Can't even because the center post is stripped. Just stock. Just how it came, it was stripped.
Just completely.
Yeah. So I messaged him that night and he emailed me right back, but he said, oh, well, we can get you a center post once we get the V2 out, and we'll just give you a V2 center post because it's gonna be the same center post. I don't know what the hell they're gonna change then. It's gonna be the same deck. Like.
Maybe change the negative somehow.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. They're like the what do you call it? The Odin. They're like just screws into the side deck and they're kinda like milled over.
There's not really a post, you kinda have to wrap it around.
Yeah. Those weren't stripped. Because they're like nice like that, but Yeah, so they just said like, oh, we can wait till the V2. I'm like, okay, so the V2's coming out like pretty soon if he's already got all of the V1 parts gone.
And that is actually fairly smart that they are making it backwards compatible. That way, because
yeah, that is cool. But he also said that they're in the prototyping stage, and I'm like, so how long is that going to take? He's like, it's going to be a few months. I'm like, so I can have a center post in a few months. I've never even baked your RDA yet. Like,
yeah. It is kind of unfortunate to have you wait.
What I am gonna do on that, instead of waiting for these guys, they probably won't even email me back.
Yeah, they got way too much on their plate, I'm sure.
That's $110 RDA.
Yeah.
That I can't get a freaking center post.
And the only way you're gonna be able to get it.
Already a bad thing is it came stripped on a $110 purchase.
Yeah.
I didn't pay that right now, but.
No, of course. And then your only solution is pretty much to buy a $30 clone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
and then take that authentic
Fast and get a shitty clone and then pop the center post in it. I actually saw there is, because I started watching some reviews, and the funny thing, this must have been a problem with a lot of them as the center post were stripped. It just must have been the run, just had bad center post, because the clones came with a second center post.
Really?
There was a clone, some reviewer.
That's fucking weird.
I think it was a tobacco one. Cloned it or something. I want to say that.
Dude.
Yeah, it came with a second center post. It's like, why did they? My center post is bad, and then that one comes with two. There must have been an issue. Like.
Yeah. Dude, that just made me think though, since the fact that you're gonna have to take out your center post and put a new one in. What if you made a customizable Addy? Comes with a single hole center post, a dual hole center post, and you can just like build it.
You can build it yourself.
Yeah.
There is a guy. I can't remember the name of that company. If I find it, I'll put that in the description. But he's making a box mod, and you can do whatever you want to it.
The Vanilla did it.
No soldering needed.
Vanilla has, you can run it in parallel, the switch mod it's called, parallel series or chip.
No, he has it where he's gonna send you the mod in pieces. And it's
like
building your own computer where it's just like you plug and play kind of deal. So you're just gonna have little parts that plug in. You can plug in a chip, make it unregulated with a MOSFET if you want. You can do a series parallel, do whatever you want.
That's cool.
You have different doors for different colors and do glass on doors or something. Like he has so many ideas.
That's genius, dude. That's so smart because that's the biggest thing that this industry needs is customization.
I think he said somewhere like 180. So it's like perfect
Not
price
bad.
range, and he's USA made like kind of stuff. And he got the idea because he was like a computer builder and he got into vaping and he's like, there should be a build your own box mod.
Yeah.
Especially when box mods are coming. He's like, yeah, why not? For the hobbyists like.
It's not like a tube mod or something where you need really nice machine parts. You need threading to go together. A box mod's just button, wires, 510.
Yeah.
Done.
And what I was thinking at first, I'm like, oh, so you're gonna have to know how to solder and stuff. And it's just like, no. He's like, no, it's just a plug in and play, and you're good to go. So he's gonna have everything connected up.
Yeah, it's smart doing the plug and play system too.
So and then if you don't like that chip that you give you, which I think he's offering some SX chips.
Oh, see, that'd be cool. You could have the SX330,
he said he
SX350.
has like some SXs and like he's thinking about doing the DNAs. Like he's still thinking about on what chips, but he's not like making his own shitty chip from China. He's gonna make like he's gonna get chips from places and make it good and stuff.
It would be kind of cool.
Like
you could even make it so that way you could run like single or dual. 18650.
So he'll be like a place to go for your box. It's like, oh yeah, you want the SX chip? Just buy it on his site with the.
Exactly, and it's already got the plugs and connectors, so it's just.
Yeah, you can just.
It's smart.
Totally change your box mod. Have the exact same box mod, exactly what color you want, because he's doing like all sorts of different like looks on it and different buttons, and then he's also got a bunch of different internals to change on it.
Which, from a business standpoint, that's the thing to do. Which, top hats off to that guy because he's a genius.
Yeah.
Because you're getting reoccurring sales, but you're also keeping the customer happy because you have this
chip
box.
Breaks, they don't have to buy a whole new box.
Or there's a newer chip that's more catered to you, because let's say you have a 50-watt chip, and then all of a sudden you're like, I want a vape higher, I want a 100-watt chip. You just buy the chip, plug it in, and you're good.
And the more chips come out and stuff, and the more like temp control happens, you're like, oh, dude, this new temp control chip on this new mod is awesome. You're like, does he have that? He does. I'm gonna buy just the chip and put it in my mod. And then,
or like, I'm going out to, the vape meet today, I want to run my special limited edition button that you bought from. You could run your button.
It's just like, it's going to be a box mod that will change like how you do shit. If you're a hobbyist. If you're not a hobbyist, this probably is not going to be your deal. You're just going to want to
You're just going to want to buy an IPV or an M80 or something like that. You're just going to want to vape it and be done. But if you want to be able to be like, ooh, I can take that out and put this in, and I can do that and this and have all fun. I'm gonna get one of those, dude. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna check this video just to that description.
I'm gonna look that up for you. Yeah, I'll send you a link to that. yeah, that's really cool. I think he did a GoFundMe or whatever, one of those sites, and then he got enough money to
Crowdsource.
start doing one of those.
That's pretty
He got enough
cool,
money
dude.
for it,
That
now
guy's
he's gonna
smart.
do it. I think he was saying in that video like somewhere in July or August that he wants
It's
to
not
put it out,
bad.
which is like right in the middle rush of when
Yeah.
everything cool is coming out. So that's one of the cool things coming out this summer.
Dude.
That'll.
Damn, we should get those for the shop too.
Yeah.
Those sound so sick.
For
Just
like
literally
those-
swap out parts
for the
and
hobbyist
change
guys
it
that
out.
come in will be stoked about that.
Yeah. Because I mean, my friend says that all the time. He's like, dude, I go to car meets and there's hundreds of people that are into cars and vape because of that. Because not only, you know, they smoke cigarettes, but also because it's the tinkering, the fun, the little messing with it and customizing it.
They never have like a fucking ego with a
No,
with a
or even
Protein
mech
200
mods
or
too.
something. Yeah, maybe their girlfriend has that, but they don't
Yeah.
have that. They want the mech mod with the Bilbo or
Exactly.
whatever. Yeah, they want to be able to do stuff to it. And that's the thing too, like with cars we've always had like, oh, you can add this to your car and do that.
Yeah, you can increase
We
the
need-
intake
We
extra.
need to put that into vaping. We
Yeah.
can just like add mods to your mod.
Yep, exactly. Dude, that with
Mod
a
out my
Nixon
mod.
would just be like, what do you want to do? Here's
on
this
top of
cap,
that, it's
this,
got the
this,
510
this, and
connection
this.
so you can put whatever the hell you want on top of this customized box mod. Yeah.
Yep. I love the fucking guy who came in here the other day.
Sure, if you can get somebody with that customized addy, and you have customized addy with a customized box mod, you can do whatever
You
under
want.
the sun.
It's like,
you
oh,
can
wait.
think of.
Well, what's a good setup? Well, I mean, how about you build your own?
Yeah.
Here's the parts. We'll assemble it for you and get you vaping. Do you want to run regulated? Do you want to run unregulated? Do you want to run series? Do you want to run parallel?
Yeah.
Do you want top airflow? Bottom
I
airflow,
think he's
side
doing like
airflow?
different battery sets. You can do single battery, dual battery, whatever.
Yeah, that'd be smart. 26, dual 26.
Yeah, maybe he'll do like, I don't know. I don't remember. It was like a couple weeks ago, and I thought they were.
Damn, dude, I want to see that now.
I think it was like a guest on Plumes is where I saw it.
Really?
So I'll just go back to that video and see where that link is.
There you go.
Do it there, yeah.
That's smart. Oh, dude, you can even probably make it Squonk compatible. So you can make it do it Squonker.
Yeah, maybe he will do that. That'd be
You can
cool.
do anything, dude.
Yeah.
He's smart. Because that's the thing is,
I
instead
also
of
want that. I want freaking more companies adding a Squonk pin either with it or as like an extra like $10 or whatever. Just
yeah,
like 5,
something you
$10.
can
Like,
buy separate.
Just you can like add a Squonker pin if you want.
Yep.
And you can, if that's your deal. I want Squonk to become a big thing because I like the idea of it. I just want a really good mod, good chip, or whatever just to work really well.
Yeah. It'd almost be interesting, I mean, this is just random off the top. What if you had a Squonk tank? Something that, you know, you're vaping, you don't have to squonk it all the time, but you just vape and all of a sudden you're like, shit, I'm almost out of juice. And it just squonks the tank full. Yeah. So you don't have to carry a bottle of juice. It still has the advantage of the Squonk of not having to, you know,
Business
add it.
owners. That's
our idea. I'm just kidding. Well, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Especially because, you
I
know,
thought about that. I'm like, oh man, I would love like the tank flavor with the Squonker, but I was like, why would you want a tank with a Squonker? That's retarded.
but then you can keep the size down.
Maybe
You
you
can
just have
have
the tube
this.
running to the side of the tank and it just goes and fills
Yep.
up the tank. Then it'd be cool. As long as you could get that without flooding the shit out of your deck.
You'd have to go O-gen. You'd have to almost do a K-Fun style. Where it has the fill hole from the bottom, and then you would just need a little thing that goes
That's how you
from-
start. You just mod out some K-Fun.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just fill it up.
You get one of those already modded out like Cloud Chaser K-Funs.
Yeah, the 528 custom ones, those would be so sick. And then just feed up a tube, essentially.
Yeah.
Start drilling holes. Don't do
You start
that.
Orchid.
What?
Orchids have that too.
They do? Nice.
They had the K-Fun style screw on the bottom.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
I have
Billow
no
doesn't have
idea
that?
how you'd line that up on the 510 connection, but
You'd have to sell it with that tank. Like it would have to be this Squonk is for this tank.
yeah, it couldn't like have a 510 on it.
Yeah, and you'd have to like almost have it like click into place so it holds it there.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting. Squonk tank.
Future.
The future of vaping.
Oh yeah. I think that about wraps it up, guys.
Y'all, fun little Thursday night chat.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for watching.
Cool. Yeah.
We are vaped out.
Taped up.
I don't know.